స్టార్ట్ చేసేయండి సార్.
యా
ఓకే.
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ రావట్లేదు, ఇంకా పోస్ట్ చేయలేదు.
ఏం సార్?
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
నేను చెప్తాను. మిమ్మల్ని హోస్ట్ చేస్తాను సార్. ఒక నిమిషం
చేయండి చేయండి.
ఇది చెక్ చేయండి సార్ ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే.
ఓకే సార్ అయితే.
Yeah, I think this is good evening, everyone. Welcome to the paper discussion of economics, business economics paper. Like earlier, when we discussed about some of the technical and conceptual aspects related to the business economics, but we cannot go into the technicalities of them today. Rather, we will stick to the paper that was given to you for mock test, and what are the correct answers. Anyway, we will look at them. In addition to that, we will also understand the approach towards this particular paper, or let us rather call it the part 1 of this paper that is related to business economics. But while going through that, let us first of all also understand some of the strategies or techniques or tips related to approaching the MCQ type of examinations, which is objective type exams, what we popularly call. First of all, why they are objective, which is an opposite of subjective. Some people say because only one of the answers is correct in the 4 options given, but some others may define something else. But the point is, here the objectivity is not from the student point of view. Objectivity is from the valuer's point of view. Simply because the valuer for these papers, which are objective type we call, which contain multiple choice questions, MCQs, the evaluation is going to be done by a computer, a system, not human beings. That means what? In these type of papers, whatever it is, not just CA Foundation, there are so many examinations in the country and the world which are objective type examinations which contain the multiple choice questions. And what is the common point in all of them is there is no bias. No bias is there from the valuer, or we can say there is no prejudice or there is no judgment that the valuer is going to exert on the performance of the student. That means absolutely the valuer will not have any kind of feeling about the student or a candidate, good or bad, happy or sad, nothing will be there. It is purely objective. No judgment will be there, no prejudice, no bias will be there from the valuer, because valuer is not a human being. Valuer is a computer, and computer does not have any emotions. Even if it has also with artificial intelligence and all, that has nothing to do with just correcting the answers and finding out what is the score that is obtained by a candidate. So for example, for this MCQ type of examinations, naturally in general 4 options will be given, A, B, C, D, and the main point is only one of them will be correct. Other 3 will have to be wrong. That is the first thing we have to agree and understand. Maybe sometimes it so happens 2 answers or 2 options may look to be appropriate, possible. That is where we have to be careful and select the most appropriate answer. So first point is, in any of these objective type examinations, valuer has no judgment, no bias. Valuation is completely objective. No subjectivity is there. No opinion of the valuer is there here. So that is the first thing. That is why it is called objective type examinations. Valuation is objective. So the philosophy of subjectivity and objectivity are quite opposite. And these examinations follow objectivity than subjectivity. So from a valuation point of view, that's what it is. And another point is there is only one correct answer. Only one correct answer is there. That is another important feature of this. That has to be agreed and identified very clearly always. In case of any clash between couple of options, we have to come out with one correct answer, which is the most appropriate out of those two, if at all there is a clash. Generally, there should not be. But some cases it so happens. We may feel that two options may be almost correct. So in that case, there is a possibility of clash between the options. Then we have to choose the most appropriate answer. That is another aspect related to these MCQ type, objective type examinations. These are some of the features we can say. Of course, the answers or answer ring pattern will be by highlighting the OMR sheets. That has to be done carefully. A lot of times, some students will have the correct answer with them, but instead of marking the correct answer against the correct question number, they will mark it against another question number. For example, question number 8, let us say, as an example, answer is B. They know that it is B. But rather than question number 8, they'll put that B option against question number 9. Next question or the previous question. Some confusion, some bit of overlapping of answers happens. That is natural, but that has to be avoided. If we say it is natural and we'll put all the super correct answers against wrong question numbers, we get still 0. So there is no excuse like that which can be taken. We have to be careful. We have to be extra cautious and careful while actually bubbling or marking the answers on the OMR sheet. That is one point to be always noted. Very crucial aspects. Now coming to the technique or strategy that has to be used for any type of MCQ paper, any type of paper whichever contains multiple choice questions, be it quantitative aptitude or the paper in foundation like this, paper 4, or for that matter, any paper in future, whatever you are going to write, be it civil services, prelims, or whatever it is. Any objective type examination, any MCQ type of question paper pattern has to be approached in multiple rounds. This is something most of the times people don't even know and they don't follow, with which they will not be able to get the score what they are capable of. Nobody can increase the score without having knowledge. That is not possible. We should first of all have the subject, no doubt about it. We should have studied the subject well. We should have revised it well. As far as this particular examination is concerned, we should have practiced and understood all the questions in the ICA material at least. That is more than enough. But that has to be understood, not just, I know the answer for this question, I know the answer for that question. Not in that sense. Why is that answer correct for such question? Do you know the reason? That matters. So, knowing the answers to the questions is not education. That is not learning. Knowing the answer with the reason why it is the answer is what is education, and that is what we should already have gone through, and that conceptual clarity and understanding is required. But in spite of that, sometimes few students will not be able to perform to the level of their own potential, which is not required. One of the reasons, as I said, is carelessness. Marking against a wrong question number is a very dangerous phenomena. If care is not taken, that kind of mistakes will cost us a lot. A lot. Could be 6 months also. So one small mistake in 1 second, that much small time will have 6 months of our time, quite possibly. So we have to be careful. Not that we have to be afraid. There is nothing great about marking a correct answer against a correct question number. That is a basic thing that anybody should be able to do, and we will be able to do also. Kids will be able to do. School kids also do that. We have been doing that also. But only thing is, care has to be taken. Whenever we are marking, our brain should once again think, okay, I have to mark, let us say B for 8th question. Am I doing that or not? One small check the brain should do. It will take half second for that check. 8th, okay, B, like that. So the brain should think, not that you should loudly shout in the examination hall. That is not allowed. Like that, practice has to be done, and like that, examination has to be attempted carefully, naturally. Subject, of course, is required. Revision, knowledge, all the conceptual clarity. I say material questions, all the questions. We should be able to answer similar type of questions. And we should know why those answers are all there. What is the reason for those answers to those questions? These all the things are anyway required. But in addition to that, in the examination hall, what are the things to be followed? Of course, before examination, certain cares have to be taken. Taking all the tools, arms and ammunitions correctly, pencils, pens, sharpeners, erasers, stationery, simply speaking, calculator, like this, all these things normally we know, but care has to be taken. We are not missing out anything. But during examination, what we should do? During examination, for any MCQ type of paper, we should answer that paper in multiple rounds, not in one shot. I have the question paper in front of me. So what I will do is, I'll start answering right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. In the sequence, I will answer. Like that, if we approach, that is okay, but that is not very productive. What is a better way? Is doing it in multiple rounds. Preferably, not necessarily 2 rounds also is okay, 3 rounds also is okay, but preferably 3 rounds. There are 3 rounds in which we have to answer the paper. First round, second round, and third round. What kind of questions we will answer in the first round? We will answer the questions which are direct, straightforward, which can be just like that answered without much of thought, without much of thinking, without much of effort or calculation. Like that, there will be at least 15-20 questions in the economics paper, definitely. Out of 60, 20 marks, we already have in our pocket. That's what I always tell. We don't have to beg for marks. We have to bag them. And each mark is valuable irrespective of whether it comes from the most difficult question or the easiest question. Nobody cares. Marks are marks when it comes to the examination. So first, what we should do in the first round, easiest possible questions. Easy in what sense? Easy in the sense they are easy to read, or we can say which can be answered quickly. We can give quick and easy answers to them. Such kind of questions we will do in the first round. Second round, of course, easy also, but they take little bit more time. Little bit more time. That means they require a little bit of reading and definitely little bit of thinking also required in the questions that we will do in second round. Third round is the one which we have to push the questions which we think it will be probably not known to me, or one choice. Or even if I know it also, I'm not very confident about that. That area, I'm weak. Happens in spite of all our preparation. Certain questions can be complex. So push them to the third round, but don't leave them. I'm not telling they are to be left, no. But don't try to break your head with that question first, which is going to eat our head. Why should we? Is it going to give us 10 marks? If we, after a lot of hard work, if we solved one fantastic question, one question only, that will also carry the same mark. And the quickest possible, easiest possible question also gives us the same 1 mark. So what is this smartness? First, we should get marks from any question actually. And definitely we have to respect marks. Each mark is important. That has to be kept in mind. Just 1 mark. No. Utmost care is required in the examination. Attention, focus, nothing else. That's what is required. Carelessness, recklessness, looking around others, what others are doing, what this guy is doing, what that person is doing. All those things will deviate. No need of that. Utmost focus on the paper and subject only to be going on in the brain. Not the result, not the future. Only the question and answer. What could be the answer? That only should go in the brain. Let us say our brain is not able to give the answer or process the question quickly or relatively easily. Then what we do is we push it to the third round. Once again, which one is first, which one is second, which one is third, that will not be same for all people. That will be probably changing from person to person. But I'm just giving a general idea of how to score well in any kind of MCQ type examination. Don't go for all the questions in sequence, directly 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. No need. No need of that. All that you need to do is first pick those questions which are quick enough to be read, understood, and answered. Whichever paper it is. I would actually say, for example, in this paper, economics and BCK, you go for BCK first, if both are given at the same time. Because BCK reading and all will be relatively quicker. You take the entire paper as a basis, not just a subject as a basis. But I want, first of all, in the first round itself, out of 100 marks paper, I want 30. First round itself, 30 should be in pocket at any cost. At any cost, I should have them in pocket. Second round also we will have another 30 to 40. But in that, some of them may go wrong, some of them may be correct. But at least, let us say out of 40, even if 50% are correct in that, I got 20 out of that. So 20 plus 30, 50 I have. Third round, let us say if questions are complex, remaining 20 or even 30 remaining actually, they are also possible to be scoring at least 10. So by any chance, I don't understand, even an average, most average student, we're not talking about very highly intellectual or intelligent students, not necessarily. Even a normal average student, if prepared reasonably, approached the paper carefully, with the vigor and hunger for marks, if one attempts the examination, I don't find any reason anybody should get less than 60 in this paper. There is no reason. 60 is like bare minimum for this paper. It should be somewhere around 80, actually, for majority of the normal above average students. And for definitely well-prepared students can get even 90s in this paper. That is the nature of the paper, very scoring paper. But again, it requires attitude, positive attitude, and a strategy and a game plan to approach the paper correctly, scientifically. And what is that approach? Biggest trick, or you can say tip for MCQ type of papers is multiple rounds, not in one round. You don't have to answer all the questions in one round. First, complete the easiest and quickest questions. Then go to the level 2 questions, which are little bit time taking, but still they are relatively easy. We know them, but they may take some time. They may require some reading, thinking, calculation. They may take some more time. They're not like answers known from the face of it. Third round questions are those which might be little difficult to us. Preferably for us, any good, well-prepared student, third round should not exist. Let me also tell that. But I'm just taking a very average student. Even then, third round should have less than 20 marks or 20 questions in the entire paper. 10 is ideal. More than 10 questions or 20 questions in third round is a sign of ill preparation. So third round is the one which is complex questions, or the questions which we don't know the answers for, or we have to break our head and think a lot to get an answer for that question. Such kind of scenarios are all in third round questions. As I said, ideally we should keep them below 20. Perfect is below 10. 0, fantastic. If somebody thinks that I can answer all the questions in 2 rounds, that is fantastic. So today, I'm not going to go through the third round. That is only an optional thing for a very normal average student. Let me take this paper with 2 rounds. 2 rounds only we will take, first round and second round. First round, easy, on the face of it, we know the answer. Second round, little bit of thinking, little bit of calculation is required. Little bit of reading. It will take some more time. Nothing great, but some more time it will take. So let us come back to the paper. One by one, let us quickly go through the questions. And while going through also, we'll definitely discuss about some of the tips and techniques of MCQ type questions. Let us start with question number 1 straight away. Which of the following statements is correct? These type of questions, what is the problem with them is you have to read all the statements. You have to read them. You cannot directly identify the correct answer. So you have to read and identify whether it is a correct answer or not. Yes or no, yes or no. Our brain should think in a judgmental manner. Let us see what is the important word in each of them is correct here. That is a positive thing. Negations or normal things have to be identified correctly. In some questions, the question may ask, which of the following statements is incorrect? That is a different position. Here, which of the following statements is correct is the question. So you have to read all the options. Option A says the law of demand states positive relationship between price and quantity demanded. Absolutely wrong, because law of demand states actually negative relationship between price and quantity demanded, not positive relationship. Price and quantity are demanded are not directly related, they are actually inversely related. So that is a wrong statement. We don't want that as an answer. It is a wrong statement. B, option B says the law of supply states positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. Yes, yes. That is a correct statement. That's what is law of supply. Price and quantity supplied are directly related with each other. As the price increases, the quantity supplied increases, and vice versa. So that is a correct option. Already we know the option. We can put it as correct answer. But just to make sure, spending just a few more seconds is not bad, always. So that C, we want to make sure it is wrong option. That's all, nothing else. So our point is not to prove C is correct. Now our thought is C has to be wrong. In wherever we see it is wrong, okay, we are okay with that. As per the law of diminishing returns, as the consumption of any commodity is increased, the average returns start diminishing. Is that the diminishing returns law? Is it related to consumption of a commodity? Absolutely no. Consumption is related to the consumer behavior. Diminishing returns is related to the production theories. There is no relation between them. So C is ridiculous statement, no matching at all. That's what we wanted. So we got it. So B is the correct answer for question number 1. Done. Takes little time, but we can take that time even in the first round also, no problem. If the same question is having 2, 2, 3, 3 lines in each of the options, then we will not have attempted that. We would have pushed it to the second round. But since it has only one line, it's okay. Basic question only. So we can go with that. So question number 1 answer is B, Bengaluru. Question number 2. The branch of economic theory that deals with the problem of allocation of resources. Allocation of resources is microeconomic theory. Direct question. We know the answer. We don't know the answer. There are only 2 things. There is nothing to think. Which one is that? We are not inventing anything here. We are not Einsteins or Newtons. We are not inventing anything here. We know it. We don't know it. So microeconomic theory is the one which is dealing with the allocation of resources. Naturally, yes. So answer is A for question number 2. Then question number 3. Choice is created by what? Choice is created by abundance of resources? No, not necessary. Scarcity of resources? Yes. Because when there is a scarcity of resources, you have to choose. You cannot choose all the things. You have to choose only any one of them. So scarcity of resources forces the people to choose. So direct answer that also almost doesn't take much time. Now, question number 4 takes time because it is asking which of the following statements would you consider it to be a normative one, positive normative things. Statements will be given. Maybe we can push it to the second round, no problem. Let us come back to that. It will take some time to read and understand. So why to pressure our brain with that kind of questions? Now, let us go to the more easier questions. So question number 4, we'll come back to that. Question number 5. Which of the following is not? Not is a negation. You have to observe negations very carefully. In the MCQ type questions, one of the major aspects is in the question, negation is a very dangerous thing. If you don't observe, the answer will be exactly opposite. So be careful with negations. Not is a negation. So which of the following is not within the scope of business economics? Capital budgeting, risk analysis, business cycles, accounting standards. Accounting standards definitely are not within the scope of business economics. So the answer is D, Delhi. Then question number 6 asks, a study of how increase in the corporate income tax rate will affect the national unemployment rate. Unemployment, all these big things. They are all discussed where? They are all discussed in macroeconomics. That is an example of macroeconomics. So answer is A for question number 6. Direct question. Question number 7. Excess capacity is not found where? In the perfect competition. Direct question. Because in the case of perfect competition, only the firms which are able to have the best possible efficiency will survive. And they will be always having almost full capacity they are working. Excess capacities will not be there. In case of monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, excess capacities will be there. In case of monopoly, the monopolist will intentionally cut down the production to create an artificial demand and increase price. In case of monopolistic competition and oligopoly, both of them, because of the competition that happens between few people, not like many people, very few people, they will always not be able to use their 100% capacity. So that is why excess capacities do exist in all the other types of markets except perfect competition. Perfect competition naturally is an imaginary situation where everything is perfect. Markets are always at equilibrium. Markets exactly, the demand supply will be equal. Price is found out by the forces of demand and supply. All these things happen ideally in the perfect competition. So C is the only scenario where excess capacity is not found. That is 7th question. Question number 8, again small one, so we can go for it. Administered prices refer to what? Prices determined by forces of demand and supply? No. Prices determined by sellers in the market? No. Prices determined by an external authority, which is usually the government? Yes. That's what is administered prices. Somebody is monitoring the prices. Somebody is controlling the prices. That's what is administered prices. So that is why answer for question number 8 will be C. Then question number 9. If the price of the orange juice increases, the demand for apple juice happens what? First of all, we should identify what are these two things. Okay, whether it is juice, whether we like juice or not, that doesn't matter. A, B, two products are there. What is the relationship between them? That we should first identify. We have to identify at least from the question that boss, there are substitutes. In real life, no two eatables or drinkables will be perfect substitutes. The person who likes apple juice may not like orange juice. They may not be perfect substitutes, but still, that is not the debate we have to get into while answering the questions in the examination. While answering the questions in the examination, what is the intention of the question? That we should understand. What is the intention here? Orange juice, apple juice are substitutes. That means when the price of one increases, demand for other also increases. So answer is A, direct. Why that happens? Because when the price of orange juice increases, the demand for orange juice decreases. And when the demand for orange juice decreases, that is replaced by the demand for apple juice. So increase in demand for apple juice happens. A is the correct answer for question number 9. Then question number 10. If good growing conditions increases the supply, so that means supply is increased, and hot weather increases the demand, increases that also. So there is an increase in demand, increase in supply. Again, we should not care about strawberries or apples, potatoes. We don't care about the product. That is another important point. That doesn't matter. For us, it is all just one sum, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. So what is important in economics? That is important for us. How strawberries are going to be actually cultivated, in what conditions their production will be better. For that, there is a separate stream, agriculturalist, agricultural MSc, BSc. Those people will understand all those. We don't have to. Our focus is on demand and supply. Increase in supply happened, increase in demand happened. What happens? So the quantity of the strawberries, what will be what? Definitely increases? Yes, of course. When the demand also increases, quantity definitely, because that might rise, fall, or not change. Naturally, once again, if the increase in supply is more than increase in demand, or vice versa, or both are same, then price may be rising or falling or not changing. All the three are possible. But where is the answer for that? That is A. So the quantity of strawberries definitely increases. the price might rise, fall, or not change. All the three are possible. We don't need to know those possibilities now, but normally we should know. In this question, all that we need to know is guaranteed thing is increase in the quantity, but the one which is not known is increase in price. Price might increase or decrease or will not change. Imagine if increase in demand, increase in supply, both are same, then price will not change. Price will be same. If increase in demand is more than increase in supply, then the price will increase. And on the contrary, if the increase in supply is more than increase in demand, then the price will decrease. So price might rise, fall, or not change as the case may be. But quantity definitely increases when there is an increase in supply and increase in demand. So answer for 10th question is A. So this is some area where I need some more thought. I will push it to the second round. No problem. That's up to you. Then question number 11. If increasing airfares increases the revenues and decreasing them decreases the revenues. So revenue is the main thing that is being tracked. Then the demand for air travel has a price elasticity of what? So this we should understand and remember the outlay method, expenditure method, or total revenue method of determining the price elasticity. When increase of price happens, then revenues decrease, let us say, then the price elasticity is more than 1. It is a more relatively elastic commodity. When the increase in price happens, and that will have opposite effect on the revenue, that means the price elasticity is more than 1. When there is a change in price but total revenue does not change, same, equal, that means it is unitary elastic, that is equal to 1. But that is not the case here. In this case, what is happening? When price is increasing, price means here airfares, revenues are also increasing. When price is decreasing, revenues are also decreasing. That means what? The price elasticity is less than 1, but greater than 0, because there is elasticity, but less than 1. That's what we can say when such type of thing happens. But we cannot quantify, by the way. In this method, we cannot quantify the price elasticity. Is it 0.42 or 0.83? That we don't know. We cannot know. Only what we can know under this method is whether it is relatively more elastic, whether it is relatively less elastic, or whether it is unitary elastic. Relatively more elastic when price and revenue both are moving in opposite direction. Unitary elastic when price and revenues do not have any relationship. Means even though increase in price happens, revenue remains the same. Decrease in price happens, still the revenue remains the same. That is unitary elastic. That means elasticity is equal to 1. But when prices and revenues are directly related, as in this case, that means it is relatively inelastic. That means less than 1 is the price elasticity. Answer here can be found out in B, Bengaluru. So correct answer for question number 11 will be B, Bengaluru. That outlay method is an important one, and definite questions can be expected from that. Next, question number 12. It can be pushed to second round also, but since it is only a simple thing, it can be done quickly on a calculator and we can get the answer also. Question number 12. Suppose income of the residents of a locality increases by 50% and the quantity of the gel pens demanded increases by 20%. What is the income elasticity of demand for gel pens? So directly the question is asking, we don't need any big things. So percentage change in the quantity demanded or demand divided by percentage change in income. So 20% divided by 50%. 20% divided by 50%, 2 by 5. 2 by 5 means how much? 0.4. So naturally that is the answer. 12th question answer is A. Then 13th question has big statements. We may know that, but we can just push it to the second round. We'll come back to that. 14th question, what will happen in the rice market if buyers are expecting higher rice prices in the near future? When the expectation is that in the future the prices will rise, people would like to buy now and store it somewhere. That means what? Demand for rice will increase. Answer is A, direct question. Then question number 15. Doesn't require economics. Common sense is enough. Capital intensive techniques would get chosen in what type of economy? Naturally, capital surplus economy, where the relative price of capital is lower, where the capital is in surplus. Such countries will choose capital intensive techniques, and where economies have labor price cheaper, like India, China, their labor intensive techniques can be chosen. Simple. So 15th question answer is B, Bengaluru. Then question number 16. Suppose potatoes have minus 0.4. We should not be interested in potatoes here. We should be interested in that minus 0.4 means income elasticity is negative. What does it mean? It means when the income increases, the quantity demanded decreases or the demand decreases. So what kind of goods will exhibit such kind of characteristic is inferior goods. So answer for question number 16 will be A. That shows potatoes are inferior goods. Then again, sir, will it really happen like that? That's what I was telling. We should not be bothered about that. We are not here about potatoes, onions, tomatoes, strawberries. All these things are just some names for us. We should not get into the realities of them. That detachment to the names is important in any exam, particularly this paper also. But identifying the characteristics is important. Income elasticity, if it is negative, sir, what kind of goods that will be? That will be inferior goods. Done. If income elasticity is a positive, normally those are necessities, normal things. But if the income elasticity is more than 1, if it is highly income elastic, then those are superior goods, like that. So depending upon the data, we have to come out with what is the nature of the goods. In this case, since income elasticity is negative, whatever the goods they are, now potatoes, they are inferior goods. A is the correct answer. 17th question. The cross elasticity between rye bread and whole wheat bread, whatever bread that is. What is rye bread? I don't know. So what? So I'll wait and ask the invigilator, sir, what is rye bread? Or ask the other person maybe. Rye bread means what? I don't know. Actually, I also don't know. I'm seriously telling. I don't know what is that. My point is, I don't care. Why should I care? Some bread, whatever bread that is, why should we care about it? Some two products are there. Do we have the common sense to identify that these two are substitutes? That is important. What is rye bread? That we don't care. That we don't have to know. I don't know what is rye bread. Whatever it is. But it is a bread. Some other bread is there. Both are breads. Must be substitutes naturally. So when they are substitutes, how the cross elasticity will be? Positive. Direct question. What is the cross elasticity between substitutes? Positive. That we should know already. So direct question answer is A. Only our application of brain here is only about what? Identifying these two types of different breads are substitutes. Once they are substitutes, cross elasticity is going to be positive. When the price of one commodity increases, the demand for other commodity increases. And we have seen that in the other example of the same paper as apple juice, orange juice also. That is basically a positive cross elasticity for substitutes. A is the correct answer for question number 17. Then 18th question, direct question. These are the questions which we should get 1 mark and be very happy about. Okay, I got 1 mark. Chalo, next. So 18th question, in a very short period, supply cannot be changed. Short period, how can the supply be changed? It takes time. Production and all takes time. In a very short period, supply cannot be changed. B, Bangalore is the correct answer. Question number 19. Direct question once again. Exploitation and inequality are minimal, very less. Where? They are less in socialism. They are more in capitalism. So answer is A, direct question. Then, question number 20. Suppose the income elasticity of education in a private school in India is 1.8, which is positive, first point. Second point, it is more than 1. That means it is a luxury. Again, education, private school, my opinion about private education in India, all these things do not matter. They are good maybe when we express ourselves somewhere on WhatsApp or other places. But not here. We don't care whatever that it is. There's a point. Product, service, what is it, description should not be the focus. Whatever it is, something is there. Income elasticity of that service is 1.8. It is more than 1. Once it is more than 1, boss, it is a luxury. Simple. Answer is A. Private school education is a luxury. That is the answer. Then question number 21, direct question. This we should know already. Always marginal, any marginal, not only marginal product actually, whether it is marginal cost, marginal utility, marginal product, marginal revenue, marginal dash. Any marginal dash will be the slope of total dash. Simple. That is the basic mathematical relationship between marginal and total. So here, straight answer. Marginal product will be what always mathematically? The slope of total product curve. So this concept, if we know, that question could be changing. Maybe in another examination, marginal revenue will be what? Of course, it will be the slope of total revenue curve. Marginal cost will be what? It will be the slope of marginal total cost curve. So any marginal dash will be slope of total dash. That we should know. So answer is direct here also. No need to spend time. So 21st question answer is A. Then 22, 23, 24 are definitely scoring questions. 3 marks from one question, one set of data. Such questions will be very much expected in the economics paper. But again, let us push it to the second round. We can come back to them later, no problem. The 25 also a little bigger question. We'll come back to that. 26th, when a market is in equilibrium, no shortages exist, correct? So should we jump? No, because when there is D, all of the above, maybe others are also correct. So we have to read. We cannot jump to answering A just because it is correct. It is correct, no doubt. But B may be also correct. We have to read it now. B, what it says, quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. Exactly, that is what is equilibrium. Equilibrium means what? No shortage, no excess. Quantity demanded exactly equals to quantity supplied. So A and B both are correct. Now we can confidently go to D. All are correct. Why? Because C also should be correct. Now there is no other option like A and B, B and C, C and A. Combinations are not there. So automatically D is the correct answer because A, B are definitely correct. C also would be correct only. A price is established, that clears the market. Okay, fine. Price is there in the market. That is when equilibrium happens. Equilibrium price happens when the demand equals supply. So all the 3 are correct, which means 26th question answer will be D, Delhi. Then 27th question, agricultural goods market depicts the characteristics close to perfect competition. Close to, not exactly, but close to perfect competition. Like our small vegetable markets, mandis, small things. Those are all perfect competition. Same product, more or less similar product, and not much of differentiation. And lot of people are there in the same place to sell the product. So A is the correct answer. 27th question. 28th question is some big statement and all. It may take some time. Let us keep it. 29th question. Monopolies are allocatively inefficient. Inefficient. Why? A says they restrict the output to keep the price higher than under perfect competition. Yes, that is true. So should we jump? No, we should not jump and put A as correct answer. We should read B also. A is definitely correct. So B also, they charge a price higher than the marginal cost. Yes, that's what happens in monopolies. So that means what? Both A and B are correct. So correct answer here will be C. Not A, not B. A and B are correct statements, but not correct answers. That is the point to be noted in MCQ type examinations. Though you know the correct answer, correct knowledge, you have it, unless you put a correct option, unless you give a correct answer, final option chosen by you, that has to be correct. Then only the marks will come. When you thought, let us say some student has kept A as a correct answer for 29th question. Can we say that such student is wrong? Actually, no. He says A is correct. He understands that because monopolies restrict the production because of their increasing their ability to charge higher prices. He is right. He is absolutely right. No disagreement with that student. But still he loses a mark. And he got not just 0, he got minus 0.25. For having a correct information, correct knowledge also, you can get minus 0.25. That is the beauty in MCQ type papers. Why? Because knowing itself is not enough here. Knowing is one part. And also writing and finally marking the correct option out of the 4 is what is going to give you the marks. The computer which is going to value your paper does not know your knowledge. It doesn't know. It doesn't know you. It doesn't know your knowledge. It cannot judge you. It will only judge you by what you have marked, what you have actually chosen in the OMR sheet. If that matches with the key, you got the mark. If it doesn't match with the key, you got minus 0.25. If you did not put any option, anyway, 0. That is also there. But the point is, the knowledge is not depicted directly here. It has to be coupled with care. That is the main important characteristic in answering MCQ papers. And why I'm telling this is after observing thousands of students who are so eager to complete the paper quickly. So much of enthusiasm, which is good. Enthusiasm is good. But in that hurriedness, in that like urge to complete the paper quickly, they don't follow the basic principles. They will be doing a lot of mistakes. And that leads to definitely loss of marks. No need. Just be cool. These examinations, we have to be cool. We should not be like too much of adrenaline rush need not be there. We are not going for any car race here. So it's a normal exam. So cool. Get 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. Happy, be happy. Okay, I got 29th question. Yes, I got 1 mark. Very good. Yes, I will go to the next question. Like that, it should be. So 29th question answer is C. 30th question. Economic cost of production differ from accounting cost of production because something is there. Oh, too many things are there. We'll read it later. Why to do it now? We'll come back to that in the round 2. When E is equal to 1, marginal revenue will be what? For this, first of all, we should know the formula. What is marginal revenue formula? That we should know. Marginal revenue is equal to average revenue into E minus 1 by E. That formula we should know. If we don't know that, leave this question and go. Because you cannot answer anything. Don't guess and all. Don't go do guessworks. Never do that. If you know it, correct answer. Don't know it, leave it. But you should know ideally because it's a very important equation. MR is equal to AR into E minus 1 by E. So if E is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 multiplied with anything is 0. So correct answer here will be 0. Simple. So 31st question answer is B, Bengaluru. 32nd question. Which of the following statements is correct? Again, statements and all, we have to read them. We'll come back to that. Take some time. 33rd question also, some calculation has to be done. We'll come back to that. Which of the following involve a trade-off? Trade-off means balancing actually. Taking a nap. All of the answers involve trade-offs. Actually, ideally, this B should be in D, but we are not the ones who are setting the paper. You cannot say, by mistake, they gave B. Actually, it should be D. Who are we to say? B says all answers. Then read C and D also. Watching a football game on a Saturday afternoon, going to university. Of course, all the answers involve trade-off. Trade-off means balancing. You always have other option. You want to take a nap? Maybe yes. And at the same time, you might have to also balance something else. You cannot take a nap while writing examination. Take that example. When you are actually attempting an examination, in the examinations, can you take a nap happily sometime? It is not correct, not good. During examination. That means you have to balance. When you are taking a nap, you are missing something else. You have to balance that. Same way. On a Saturday afternoon, watching a football game is one option. You can watch IPL also. You can watch something else. You can yourself play something or you can sleep. A lot of options are there. That means balance is required. So anything that requires a balancing act is a trade-off basically. Trade-off is balance. So there is only one option, then there is no trade-off. When there are many options available and you have to strike a balance between them, then that is trade-off. So all the options actually in life, everything involves trade-off. You are now already watching me and listening to me and understanding things. But at the same time, IPL match is going on. Let us say, I'm not sure what is the time now. Let us say, you are doing a trade-off. You are already doing a trade-off because you are sacrificing the IPL match and doing this because you thought this is important to you. Maybe so many other people are there who are watching IPL match and enjoying it. For them, maybe that is important. They will get the result according to that. Whatever it is. Point is, any decision in life, anything. Right now, I am doing this. I am doing a trade-off. At the same time, I am very much interested in cricket. I am not watching the match live because of this. Because I took a decision that I'll have to give better things. Anything is a trade-off. Watching a football game on Saturday afternoon is not the only option that you can do on Saturday. You can play football also, you can sleep also, you can watch a movie also. So everything here involves a trade-off. Everything is a trade-off. That is why all these answers involve trade-off. Actually, human life itself is trade-off. So that's a very philosophical level answering. Not required. Simple logic. And even let us say, some of us didn't understand what is a trade-off. But at least can we understand one thing? All of them are having choices. Taking a nap. What has to do with the life normally? Everybody takes a nap. Watching a football game. Going to university. All of them have some decision taken by a person. And That itself tells us definitely everything involves trade-off. We don't need to be philosophers. We don't need to understand really what it means. We cannot Google in the exam hall and see what is trade-off. We cannot ask invigilator, sir, what is trade-off. We have to think about it. We have to think on the spot little bit and find out an answer. Definitely everything involves trade-off. Trade-off is one thing which we have to know as a word, if not already, at least now. Because that is what we are going to do in life. CS students are definitely supposed to do a lot of trade-off. Like many people, everybody does that. While your mom is cooking food for you, at the same time, she could have done something else also, but she is doing this. She is doing a trade-off. So no limit for examples. Every moment of our life, we strike a balance. And almost there is nothing exceptional there. Only thing where we have no choice is, I want to take a breath. I want to take a breath. There is no trade-off. There you have to take it. There you cannot say, I have chosen to breathe. No, you have not chosen to breathe. You have to breathe to live, first of all. That automatically happens. Like that. That is where certain very natural things may not have trade-off, but everything else normally will have trade-off. So those things which are not having any choice from our side, they will not have any trade-off. Those things which we have to choose, definitely we have to do a trade-off. You imagine every moment of your life, every moment of everybody's life is a trade-off. Except when we don't know what we are doing, like in sleep, that we don't know what happens. That is a different world. But normally when you are conscious, whatever we do is a trade-off. Every minute is a trade-off. If you are sitting in a classroom, normal classroom, let us say, to really listen to the class or to sleep is a trade-off. It's a balance. It's up to you. It's all about choices that we make. So it is a balance that we do. And of course, main point is, that is other philosophical thing, like what we take a choice, that only comes to us. You call it karma, whatever name you give it. But according to our deeds, our result will also come. So that is what basically trade-off is. I think it's enough for that word. But yes, it's a very big thing in life also. That's why answer here is all. Everything is a trade-off. 34th question answer is Bengaluru. Then 35th question, if the demand for goods and services is more than supply. See, when the demand is more than supply, naturally prices will go up. When prices go up, that's what we call popularly inflation. What kind of inflation is asking? Name itself gives here, because demand is pulling the inflation up. So it is a demand pull inflation. Ideally, 35th question should not be in this foundation exam. Ideally, because it is more of a macroeconomics, but still, we cannot question that. It is there. And common sense is important. We are looking at demand is more than supply. In business economics, we know demand, if it is more than supply, prices will go up. That we know. That is what is popularly called inflation, when prices are rising. Why they are rising? Because demand is more. Which words in these four options is telling about demand. Fourth option, demand pull inflation, is the correct option. Sir, what is stagflation? What is deflation? We don't care. That is not our business. Our business here is to identify out of these four which is the correct answer. In examination point of view, learning is different. While learning, we should know more than what we just require. But in the examination, our brain should not be wasting time. I don't know what is stagflation. How can I answer this question? You don't need to know. We don't need to know what is a stagflation to answer this question. Because question is clear. Demand is more than supply. Prices rising. What kind of inflation? Demand pull. Pull is a normal word. So demand is pulling the inflation up. That's what is demand pull inflation. D Delhi is the correct answer. Then question number 36, the lowest point in the business cycle is referred to as trough. Direct question. Lowest point is trough, highest point is peak. Direct. So D Delhi is the correct answer. 37 and all requires calculation. We'll come back to that. Then 38th question. If there are implicit costs of production, implicit costs are there itself means definitely the economic profit will be less than accounting profit. Why is that? Because economic cost will be more than accounting cost. What is economic cost? Accounting cost plus implicit cost. When there are implicit costs, economic cost will be more than accounting cost. When accounting cost and economic cost are there, when economic cost is more than accounting cost, naturally the reverse profit will be less. So economic profit will be less than accounting profit. So correct answer for 38th question will be B, Bengaluru. Then in the long run, these are the words you have to carefully read. Short run, long run, the concepts will become different. In the long run, some firms will exit the market if the price of the good offered for sale is less than what? When do you exit the market? When the price of the good is offered even less than average total cost, then you don't have to continue in the market. Not in the short run. In the short run, you will not exit until and unless your price is less than variable cost. That is the worst scenario, where if the price is less than variable cost, then you should exist. Average variable cost or variable cost per unit, or even marginal cost, we can say. But in the long run, firms have to cover both fixed cost and variable cost. Total cost they have to cover, because in the long run, everything is variable, nothing is fixed. So what matters in the long run is not a bifurcation of fixed and variable cost. Total cost matters. So average total cost is the cost per unit, simply. And price is less than that, means firm will make losses. Why should anybody make losses? They will quit the market. So when they will quit the market in the long run, when the price is less than average total cost. That means question number 39, answer will be C. Question number 40, the most important function of an entrepreneur is to innovate. So why not other things? Of course, yes, he has to earn a profit also, but that is not function. They will be automatically part of it. Most important function of an entrepreneur is to innovate. That is the important or top priority of an entrepreneur. So correct answer, direct question is A. That is 40th question. A is the correct answer. Then, if a result of 50% increase in all inputs, again, reading it carefully is important. 50% increase is happening in all inputs. Output rises by 75%. Inputs increased by 50%. Output increased by 75%. All inputs changed. First of all inputs change when? In the short run or long run? It will be in the long run only. All inputs cannot be changed in the short run. In the short run, at least some variables, some things will be fixed. In the long run only, you can change all the inputs. So first point that we should identify, all inputs is important word. Okay, then in the long run, what we call it? Is it a scale or a factor? Scale. In the long run, whenever we use the word, it is economies of scale, or increasing or decreasing or constant returns to scale, we call it. Here, when inputs are increased by 50%, output is increasing by 75%, what does it indicate? It indicates increasing returns to scale. Increasing returns to scale, because it is giving a very good return. But not to a factor. Factor is a short-run concept. Scale is a long-run concept. So, B, Bengaluru is the correct answer for question number 41. Then 42nd question, economists use changes in a variety of activities to measure the business cycles and to predict where the economy is headed towards. So, and what are those called as? They are called indicators. There could be leading indicators also, lagging indicators also, but ultimately they are used to predict where the economy is heading towards. So they are simply called indicators. Leading, lagging, coincidental, all will be there. But in general, all of them put together are called indicators. So correct answer is B, Bengaluru. Then 43rd question once again, a significant decline in the general economic activity extending over a period of time. When it is extending over a period of time, that's what is recession. When there is a decline in the economic activity over a period of time, that is called recession. Direct question. C is the correct answer for question number 43. Then question number 44. In the long run, if a very small factory were to expand its scale of production, it is likely, not necessarily, but likely that it would initially experience economies of scale. Usually, when there is a small factory increasing its scale of operations, in the initial stages, they will get economies of scale. After some time, after reaching to a saturation level, there will be almost same, equal returns to scale, constant returns to scale. The latter, there will be diminishing returns to scale, that will become diseconomies of scale. That happens later if they further increase their scale. But initially, for a small factory, when it expands its scale of operation, likely that it will experience economies of scale. So answer is C for question number 44. Then 45th question requires reading a little bit more, though we'll come back to that. Which of the following is a variable cost in the short run? Rent is not variable. Wages paid by to the factory labor is definitely variable cost. You see, in general, direct materials cost and wages cost, labor cost are the only variable cost in the short run. Majorly, those are the ones. There will be other variable costs also, materials and labor. These are the major variable costs in the long run, in the short run, sorry. In the long run, there is no fixed variable. In the long run, every cost is variable. That's what generally it says. But here, rent of the factory, interest payments, payment of the lease for factory equipment, they have to pay it. They have to be paid irrespective of whether the factory runs or not. So what is the nature of them? Naturally, that will be fixed, but not variable. So only variable thing in these four options is wages. That is why answer to question number 46 will be B, Bangalore. Then question number 47. Price discrimination will be profitable only if elasticity of demand in the different markets in which the total market has been divided is different. Price discrimination in case of monopoly, when it is possible only when two markets have different price elasticity of demand. If both the markets have same price elasticity of demand, then price discrimination will not work. It doesn't make sense. But if two markets have different price elasticities of demand, then the monopolist can charge a higher price where the price elasticity is lesser, and where price elasticity is high, there he can charge a lower price. Like that, they can do price discrimination. So B, Bangalore is correct answer for question number 47. Then question number 48. Suppose a firm is producing a level of output such that marginal revenue is more than marginal cost, which means when you sell one more unit, you get more revenue than when you incur the cost for manufacturing the same unit. So both are marginal. So when marginal revenue is more than marginal cost, what should the firm do to maximize the profits? Definitely it should increase the output. It should increase the output. It's doing fantastic. That is a good thing. Marginal revenue greater than marginal cost is a good thing. So it should continue to do that, and it should increase the output. So answer is D, Delhi, for question number 48. Then 49th question requires a calculation. We will come back to that. Then question number 50. Diminishing marginal returns. When the marginal returns are diminishing, that means marginal costs are increasing. Both are oppositely related. When the costs increase, returns will decrease. And when the costs decrease, returns will increase. So diminishing marginal returns means automatically increasing marginal costs. So direct question. Answer is C. Then question number 51. When the monopolist divides the consumers into the separate sub-markets and charges different prices in different sub-markets, then that is known as the third degree of price discrimination. You should know these 3 degrees of price discrimination. First degree price discrimination happens when the monopolist discriminates from person to person. Usually at a personal level it happens. Second degree happens at a quantity level. Wholesalers will be charged less, retailers will be charged more. That will be second degree price discrimination. Third degree is place, geographical differentiation and discrimination. So that's what is sub-markets. That is called third degree of price discrimination. Answer is direct answer C for question number 51. 52nd question also direct question. One mark like this, we should keep on adding. The firm and the industry are one and the same when? Naturally, when the firm and industry both are same, where? Their monopoly, only one industry is there. That itself is firm also, that itself is industry also. So answer is D, Delhi. Then, if the average cost, 53rd question, if the average cost is higher than average revenue, common sense, it does not require economics and all. When your cost is more than revenue, that means was, that is a loss. That means C is the correct answer. Simple. When your cost is more, revenue is less, then naturally that incurs, that results in loss. C. Answer for 53rd question. Secular period, direct question. We should know that already. Market period is very short period. Secular period is very long period. That is called secular period also. Another name. Once we read the study material well and solved all the questions in the essay material, answering such direct questions will not be a problem. We will be able to identify them very easily. That is answer for question number 54, which is C. Then 55th question also direct question. Stock exchange market is an example of regulated market because we have a regulator called SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. That means there is a regulation that is there which is regulating the stock exchange. So it is a regulated market. Answer is B, Bangalore. Again, marginal revenue elasticity relationship has come. Formula we should know. MR is equal to R into E minus 1 by E. E is less than 1, he says. When E is less than 1, E minus 1 will be what? Negative. That means marginal revenue also will be negative. Answer is A. 56th question. Anything less than 1 minus 1 will result in negative only, no? So naturally the resultant will be also negative when E is less than 1. Resultant is what? Marginal revenue, that will be negative. Next, question number 57. According to Dash, trade cycles occur due to the onset of innovations. Direct questions, computer. There is nothing to explain or know in that. It is a general knowledge type, information related question. You read that, you know the answer, you know the answer. Don't put any guesswork there. Adam Smith, I know his name, so he looks like good. Maybe I will put that. No, not like that. You know it, you put the answer, otherwise leave it. The correct answer for 57th question is Scumpeter, who told innovations are one of the major reasons for trade cycles. Then, economic recession shares all of these characteristics except means we have to read all the sentences carefully. So we will come back to that later in the second round. A variable that tends to move later than the aggregate economic activity, which moves before aggregate economic activity, that is the leading indicator, and a variable which moves later than the aggregate economic activity, that is called a lagging indicator. Later means after. That is a lagging indicator. So that is C, correct answer. Then, industries which are extremely sensitive to the business cycles are generally the capital goods and durable goods sectors. These are all direct questions only. Most of them actually are same things in the ICA material, but don't by heart these questions. A lot of times students have this wrong practice of by hearting and remembering the questions and answers. Don't do that. Understand them and remember the words if required. Scumpeter, yes, to that extent you should know. Scumpeter told about innovations, that you should remember, but not that answer is a D for this question. Should not be remembered like that. Need to know the answer in the way, why is it? So here, when business cycles are happening, what are the types of industries which will be more affected? Non-durable goods will never be affected in general, like daily whatever we are using, like toothpaste, shampoo, vegetables, fruits and all. Generally, they will not be much affected, irrespective of which phase of the economy we are in. We have to use them. So mostly the non-durable sector will not affect. Durable goods definitely gets affected. So only options possible are A and D. A has durable and service. D has capital goods and durable goods. Both have durable goods, but which will have more sensitivity towards business cycles, capital goods or service sector? That is where the clash comes. Definitely capital goods, because in the business cycles, when there is a recession, particularly negative things if you look at, that is a phase where the investments will go down. Investments will go down means purchase of capital goods also will go down. Now, at this point of time, let us say when the coronavirus, COVID and all have literally damaged the entire world economy, including Indian economy, are there any new fresh investments, fresh factory that is coming up anywhere? Any factories or existing businesses, are they purchasing new capital goods? Generally, no, very less. So the capital formation at this level will be generally low, because business cycle, the phase where we are now in is not at a top position, it is in a down position, negative position. So capital goods and durable goods sectors will get negatively affected heavily when the recessionary conditions exist, and opposite happens when the boom appears. In the time of good economic performance in a country, the capital goods industry and the durable goods sector will also flourish, and opposite happens when the economy is in recession. So that is why both of them are very sensitive to the business cycles compared to the other sectors like service sector or non-durable sector. So answer for 60th question is D, Delhi. Now 60 questions completed in economics, but yes, we have left some questions. First round completed. We don't have to count how many marks we got. We would have got definitely reasonably good marks by now. Already we bagged sufficient marks. Then let us go backwards from here, backwards. 58th question. Now we are in second round. Little bit more time they may take to think and read. 58th question. Economic recession shares all of these characteristics except is a negation. First thing first, fall in the levels of investment employment. Yes, that is there in recession. That is not accept. That's what recession is actually. And income of wage and interest earners gradually decline, resulting in decreased demand for goods and services. Of course, yes, that is also part of recession. So it is not accept. Investor confidence is adversely affected and new investment may not be forthcoming. That is also part of recession. So only option left out is D. So D should be the correct answer, which should not reflect recessionary condition. Is it so? Read it. Increase in price of inputs due to increased demand for inputs. Increased demand for inputs. In recession, there will not be increased demand. There will be decreased demand for anything. Anything. Inputs, outputs, everything. So that is a ridiculous statement. That has nothing to do with recession. In recession, demand will decrease, not increase. And here, point number D says there will be increased demand. That means it is wrong statement. Hence, correct answer. So correct answer for 58th question is D, Delhi. Then 56, 55 we have done. What are the direct questions we have already done? We can leave it. Now, look at the 49th question. Assume that when price is 20 rupees, quantity demanded is 15 units. When price is 18 rupees, quantity demanded is 16 units. Based on this information, what is the marginal revenue that is resulting from an increase in output from 15 to 16 units? So first of all, you should know the total revenue here. How much is the total revenue in the first scenario? How much is the total revenue in the second scenario? That you should use the calculator and do it. Let us take that. If price is 20, quantity demanded is 15, means the total revenue would have been 300 multiplying price and quantity. When price is 18, quantity demanded is 16. That means the total revenue would be 288, which means there is a total revenue decline of 12. So marginal revenue is actually what here? Minus 12. Technically correct answer would be minus 12. But is there a minus 12 here? We don't have a minus 12 there. So what we can do? Whatever 12 is there, 12, that's all. That is marginal revenue. Or there is no minus 12. This question is wrong. Okay, question is wrong. So what you can do, what I can do? 12 is there now. Maybe the intention was not to look at the sign. Look at the absolute change. So marginal revenue is 12, enough. Plus or minus, question doesn't care. Why should you and I care? So 12 is the correct answer for question number 49, C. Then 45th question. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Once again, negation. Negation is there. Carefully have to read the statements. A says the long run average cost curve is also called planning curve. That is correct. Total revenue is equal to price per unit multiplied with the number of units sold. P into Q, we can say yes, that is also correct. Opportunity cost is also called as alternative cost. I don't know. Let us look at D also. If total revenue is divided by number of units sold, we get marginal revenue. This is definitely incorrect. So this is where we have to apply a little bit. Once again, common sense. I don't know what is alternate cost. I don't know opportunity cost is also called as alternate cost or not. We cannot cry like that. When D, Delhi, that statement is absolutely incorrect. When total revenue is divided by the number of units, then what we get is called average revenue, but not marginal revenue. And it says it is marginal revenue. Absolutely incorrect. Enough. I got my answer. I don't need to know the others. So D, Delhi is the correct answer for question number 45. So that is the incorrect statement and hence the correct answer. Then other questions, what are we have completed. Then yes, here 37th question is a calculation based question. Definite questions can be expected here, usually using the arc elasticity method. Suppose that at a price of 300 rupees per month, there are 30,000. This is P1 and let us say Q1. 300 is the P1, 30,000 is Q1. Subscribers of cable television, small town, big town, we don't care. When the small town cable television raises the price to 400 per month, this is what we are interested in. Cable TV, small town, those things are just generic fillers. Don't focus on them. Focus on these numbers. 300 to 30,000. 300 rupees if the price is, then quantity is 30,000. When the price increased from 300 to 400, number of subscribers have fell down to 20,000. So Q2 is 20,000. Using arc elasticity method, what is the price elasticity of demand for cable TV in the small town is asking. First of all, you may have a rough paper definitely. On that, you have to put pen on paper. Don't try to answer such kind of questions only in the brain or calculator. unless we think that we are Shakuntala Devis and Ramanujans. Srinivas Ramanujans, Shakuntala Devis can do that. Even little bit of more practice, some people can do that. But why to take risk? 1 mark is important, no? So just simple, one more, few more seconds extra if you take, it is not going to cost much because already we saved time in the other questions, which we have quickly kept the answers. So for this, you spend some time and get the correct answer without any second thought. For that, you should know the formula. So what is the formula for the arc elasticity? That definitely we should know. Let us say Q1 minus Q2 divided by P1 minus P2 multiplied with P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. This is the arc elasticity formula. Do the calculations, you know everything. Q1, Q2, how much? Difference between them is how much? 10,000. Okay, fine. Divided by. Difference between price is how much? 300 to 400 is 100. Fine, 100. Keep it aside. So plus and minus doesn't matter here because the sign is not important. So this one is 100. This 100 is multiplied with what? P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. P1 plus P2 how much? 700 divided by Q1 plus Q2 how much? 50,000. That means 0.014, whatever it is. 0.014. Multiply this with 100. You got the answer 1.4. Done. That's it. This is the answer for question number 37. Like that, calculations have to be done carefully. Then going backwards further. 33rd question. Same type. If the quantity of blankets demanded increased from 4,600 to 5,700 in response to a decrease in the price from 220 to 190, what is the price elasticity? When nothing is mentioned also, try to use arc elasticity only. Try to use that only. So once again, same formula. P1 minus P2. How much was that? 30 divided by, first Q1 minus Q2. Q1 minus Q2 divided by P1 minus P2. So Q1 minus Q2, how much here? 5,700 minus 4,600, that is 1,100. So 1,100 divided by 30. Keep it aside. That comes to around 37, let us say approximately 36.66. Then P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. So 10,300 is denominator. 220 plus 190 divided by 10,300. Whatever it is, multiply with 36.66. Answer is 1.46. Do the calculation. You will get this answer 1.46. Substituting in the formula only, nothing else. Formula is Q1 minus Q2 divided by P1 minus P2 multiplied with P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. Forget about the sign in general, unless there is a negative sign also in the answer. If all are positive, just forget about the sign. Price elasticity will be negative one. That doesn't matter. All that you need to take is difference in the quantity divided by difference in price multiplied with P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. Get the answer very quickly. You can do the calculations. That's it. So 33rd question answer is C. Then 32nd question. Which of the following statements is correct we want? We want a correct statement. A says fixed cost vary with change in output. Is it a correct statement? No, it is not. Fixed cost will not change with output. That is why it is fixed. B says if we add total variable cost to total fixed cost, we get average cost. No, nonsense. We get total cost. We don't get average cost. So B is wrong. C says marginal cost is the result of total cost divided by number of units. Absolutely wrong. Because when you divide total cost by number of units, what you get is called average, not marginal. So naturally, what is the correct statement? Ideally should be D. Let us check that. Total cost is obtained by adding up the fixed cost and total variable cost. Yes. When you add total fixed cost and total variable cost, that's what is total cost. So correct answer for 32nd question will be D, Delhi. Then 30th question, economic costs and accounting costs. This differentiation is very important. Economic costs of production differ from the accounting costs of production because of what? A says economic costs include expenditure for hired resources while accounting costs do not. Of course not. Accounting costs also will have expenditure for hired resources. All the things like you have to pay to the workers and all, those are all costs which are part of accounting cost, which are explicit costs. So accounting costs also include them. So A is wrong statement. B says accounting costs include opportunity cost. There itself we can stop. Accounting cost will never include opportunity cost. So B cannot be correct. C says accounting costs include expenditure for hired resources, while economic costs do not. That is also wrong. Why? Because economic costs already include accounting costs also. How can that be different from the accounting cost? What is the difference between accounting costs and economic costs? Only opportunity cost. So D should be the correct answer. Let us check that. Economic costs add the opportunity cost of a firm which uses its own resources. Yes. Economic costs include opportunity cost. Accounting costs do not include opportunity cost. It only includes expenditure for hired resources, but not for own resources, because there is no out-of-pocket expenditure for own resources. That is why it is opportunity cost or implicit cost or notional cost, whatever we can call it. That is included only in the economic costs, but not in accounting costs. So correct answer for 30th question will be D, Delhi. Then question number 28 gives a statement. I am making a loss, but with the rent that I have to pay, I cannot afford to shut down at this point of time. If this entrepreneur is attempting to maximize profits or minimize the losses, his behavior in the short run, once again, short run, long run, completely answer will be different. In the long run, you don't have to run this organization if you are incurring losses. Nobody will do that. That is nonsense. But in the short run, even if you incur losses, you have to run the organization, because at least you can cover the fixed cost as long as your selling price is more than variable cost. So correct answer here is simply, it is the behavior of the entrepreneur which is rational only when, if the firm is able to cover its variable cost. If the selling price of that product is more than variable cost, at least then they can continue in the short run in spite of losses, because at least they are doing minimization of losses. They are not getting profit, but still some losses can be minimized because price is more than variable cost. It is covering the variable cost completely, but it is only covering a portion of the fixed cost, not fully, but something it is covering. Something is better than nothing in short run. In the long run, it is not possible. So, but anyway, that is not the question. Question is about short run. So definitely the statement of this entrepreneur is rational. It is correct. When, if the firm is able to cover the variable cost. A is the correct answer. Then going backwards, 25th question, once again about economic profit and accounting profit and all. Suppose a sole proprietorship is earning a total revenue of 1 lakh rupees, incurring explicit cost of 75,000 rupees, which means accounting profit is 25,000, and owner could work for another company for 30,000. Could, not that he is working. If he works, he would have got 30,000. That is an opportunity cost. What we can conclude? Definitely the firm is incurring economic loss. A itself is the correct answer. Why? Because the 1 lakh is the revenue, explicit cost 75,000, implicit cost 30,000. Economic costs include both explicit and implicit cost. That means the total economic cost in this case is 1 lakh 5,000. That means there is an economic loss of 5,000. So A is the correct answer for 25th question. Others are wrong. Implicit costs are 25,000. He says no. Implicit costs are here 30,000. Total economic costs are 1 lakh. He says no. Total economic costs are actually 1 lakh 5,000. Individual is earning economic profit of 25,000. No, it is not economic profit. He is earning profit, but that is accounting profit of 25,000. So A is the only correct answer for question number 25. Now coming to this 3 questions based on the table that is given. Percentage change in price, percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied, as the case may be. Elasticity, 3 columns are given. See, first we should know which one to be used for elasticity, whether it is supply or demand, whatever it is. Definitely this divided by this is the result of elasticity. That we should know first. So let us just give them some names. Let us say this is A, this is B, this is C. So always C is equal to A percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied divided by percentage change in price. So always C is equal to A by B. Once we know that relationship, anything we can find out. So in case of first question, X, Y, Z we have to find out. X is what? C, right? How to get it? A divided by B. Minus 1 divided by 20. Minus 1 divided by 20. That will be how much? Minus 0.05. So naturally, what is the correct answer here? B. Done. Then 23rd question. What is Y? Y is what here? A. But C and B are there. So how to get A then? A can be found out by taking B multiplied with C. Isn't it? So A is what? Y here. 15 into 3. 15 multiplied with 3. 15 multiplied with 3 will be 45. Okay, when sign is given, given. If it is not given, you should not worry about it. When it is given also, you should not be worried about it. Let it be there. It is minus 45. Definitely yes. Because price elasticity will have negative sign. So C is the correct answer for question number 23. Then question number 24. Z we want. Z means what we took as B. How to get B? B is equal to A by C. Clearly, we have to first have that. A by C. A how much? C how much? Just you have to substitute. A1, C is, sorry, A14. C is 1. 14 divided by 1 is 14. So correct answer is A. Direct. So we got all the answers for 3 questions coming from that table, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. B, C, A. That's all. So once you know the formula, substitution has to be done carefully, calculation has to be done carefully, then you get the answer correctly. Those are the quantitative type questions. Now question number 13 requires reading. Difference between positive and normative economics is what he's saying. We have to read everything patiently, no option. You cannot be just in a hurry. Oh, I want to answer this, answer this. You cannot. You have to read patiently. First point says, A says, positive economics explains the performance. Someone is asking in question number 22, answer how can it be minus 0.05? Because we ignore the sign. Is there any chance other than that? Who said we have to ignore? It is ignored means ignored. Not ignored means not ignored. Who are we to decide that I have to ignore always? Is there any rule like that? No rule like that. So 22nd question, when you got an answer, it is definitely minus 0.05 only, no? The answer did not ignore it. So you want to say to the ICAI that why you are ignoring in some questions, why you are not ignoring in some questions. Do we have a choice like that to ask them? I don't think so. That will not work. Point is, if the same question has one of the options plus 0.05, one of the options minus 0.05, then minus 0.05 is definitely the better option. That is sure. But this doesn't have plus 0.05, minus 0.05. It is minus 0.05 only. And this is a rigidity we should not have. Question will not come according to us. Our answer should be according to question. Our answer should be according to question and options which are there. So what is the convenient option? What you will put? Let us say you will say I cannot be determined. Why you cannot determine? You can definitely determine. It is after all some mathematical calculation. Minus 1 divided by 20. You ask a small kid to do this calculation, 1 divided by 20, which is minus, he will say minus 0.05. Where should a second question come from that? Answer is clear, minus 0.05. It is minus 0.05. And you don't decide and I don't decide whether we ignore a sign in all questions. That is not our business. Our job is to put the correct answer, not to question the question. Please understand that. When I say we have to respect the marks, we have to respect the questions. We cannot question the questions in the examination. Question is like that. When the question is like that, our job is to answer, nothing more. Answer is clear, minus 0.05, minus 1 by 20. Anybody will tell minus 0.05. Where should a second question come from that? Because in some other question, somewhere else, they did not take sign. Here they have taken sign. So what I should do? What you can do? Can you do anything? You have a choice? You have any other option? Do we go to court for this? Not possible. No? This thought process will not work. That's what I meant to say. Understand this carefully. Our answer should be given to the question. We cannot expect the question to be within our framework. Questions will not come according to our convenience and our knowledge. Or same way, all questions have to be uniformly taking the same kind of thing. That is not our decision. We have not framed the questions. Somebody framed the questions, we are answering. So we have to be at that level only. Very important point. So answer for question number 22 is minus 0.05. There is no other thing. If you have, this is not a descriptive question. You write an essay saying that why is it minus 0.05? What is the concept of elasticity of demand? Nobody is asking you all that. That is all descriptive type papers. In MCQ, one thing only. There are 4 options A, B, C, D. only one is correct option. And if you have any option other than this B for 22nd question, I will definitely, we can discuss about that. I don't find any other option. But you cannot say I cannot determine it and all. Nonsense. That will not be correct. It can be determined. How can you say it is not possible to be determined when it can be determined? So from the options, our answer should emerge. We cannot expect the question to give the answers as per our whims and fancies. That does not happen. Hope it is clear. Yeah, sure. Then other questions like, yeah, this one with 13th question. None of the above, you cannot be the option there. None of the above, you cannot say. Minus 0.05 is the real answer, no? If it is plus 0.05, then these type of questions will come. Minus is clear. Yes. Suppose none of the above. That also is not a correct answer. Minus 1 by 20, how much? Minus 0.05. Dot. Why there is a discussion on that? Minus 1 divided by 20. Minus 1 divided by 20. Then minus 0.05. Answer is there. When it is there, why are you worried about none of the above and all the other things? Answer is there. No, minus 1 by 20 is minus 0.05. Close. That's it. If sign is ignored by the question, then we also ignore it. That does not mean we expect the question to ignore the sign. That's what I have been talking about. So still, price elasticity will be negative normally, yes. If the question does not take it, or if any other calculation does not take it, that is an exception. We cannot expect everything to be like that only, always, not necessarily. That's it. That was the one. And we are looking at what? This positive normative thing. A point says positive economics explains the performance of the economy, while normative finds out the reasons for poor performance. Not necessarily. Reasons and all it will not tell. Normative will tell majorly the judgment, which is good, bad. It is not a good thing, not a bad thing, or what is supposed to be done. All these things will be told by normative. So A is wrong. B says positive economics describes the facts. Describes, yes, the facts of the economy, while normative economics involves evaluating whether some of these are good or bad for the welfare of the people. See, when you see welfare, automatically it is normative. It is about the welfare of the people. So correct answer for question number 13 will be B, Bengaluru. We don't need to go through the other things because it is very clear. In the examination, you don't have to waste time on reading the other things. But while learning, yes, you should know why the others are wrong also. Not now, normally, yes. So 13th question answer is B, Bengaluru. Then going backwards, done already, all. This fourth question also is there. Which of the following statements would you consider to be a normative one? Once again, is asked. First one says faster economic growth should result if an economy has a higher level of investment. It is telling about relationship between two variables, which is a positive thing, not a normative thing. Economic growth and level of investment are related. That statement says a fact. B says changing the level of interest rates is a better way of managing the economy than using taxation and government expenditure. So you are not giving a statement just like that. You are talking about an opinion. Not necessarily everybody will agree with that. Economists, though, two economists will not agree with each other ever. Somebody will say interest rate is a good thing. Other will say taxation is a good thing. Somebody say monetary policy is better. Somebody say fiscal policy is better. We don't need to know all of that. But definitely one thing is what? That is not a fact. It is an opinion. This is what exactly I was talking about earlier. Objectivity, subjectivity. Positive is about objectivity. Normative is about subjectivity. Somebody feels like that interest rates changing is a better way of managing the economy. In other words, monetary policy is a better way of managing the economy than using taxation and government expenditure, which is fiscal policy. So that is an opinion. No rule that it is absolutely correct. So when it is an opinion, naturally it is a normative statement. Judgment will be involved in that. It's not just a fact or a relationship between the variables. If any statement tells the facts or a relationship between the variables, or if it just describes something, that is positive. If something prescribes, that is normative. So here A is positive. Higher levels of unemployment will lead to higher levels of inflation. In general, yes, that is also positive. The average level of growth in the economy was faster. That is a fact. The temperature outside is 20 degrees Celsius. Is a fact. What is there in opinion in that? Fact is a fact. So facts and opinions are different. Naturally, positive is something related to fact, normative is something related to opinion. So if that classification is made clearly, then we can say B will be the correct answer. So when all the answers, if you check, they are the ones which we have been solving in 2 rounds. With that, all the questions have been already answered. Let us just quickly go through once again. Did we leave anything by chance? Yeah, all are done. So I think with that we can conclude the economics session of this paper. Any other doubts or questions if you have, you can ask. Then PCK will be taken by others, sir. So can I conclude? If there are no questions in the chat box, I assume that there are no questions, and I will Sir Prasad sir, have you joined, sir? Prasad sir? Muhammad, yes, you're right. Positive economics describes, normative prescribes. Correct. Something is not right. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Welcome.
sir. Sashi, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
good
evening.
evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Fantastic, right? Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll,
Yeah.
I don't know, something. You're able to share your screen or everything?
Oh, yeah, I am able to actually.
Okay, already. Okay. Because
Uh-huh.
somehow all my options are getting stuck. I'm not able to. You're already the host of this, no? Were you
Sir,
not?
actually, once you join, you should make me host, and then after that, no, it is now. I'm not host. You are the host right now.
Yeah, that's what I was told earlier. I have to make you host and then leave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Oh.
nothing is working here. I'm trying to click various things, but it's like
Oh.
as good as stuck.
Okay.
Let me
Now,
just
what was
wait.
the issue actually? Since inception it is like this, or just now
No,
it happened?
just no, just
Okay. Fine. Okay.
just wait
So,
for 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, no problem, sir. Yes. Update me once it is done, sir. No problem. I'll wait.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If I just let us say end it and again join it, will I still continue to be the host?
No, sir. One. No. Once you log out, say someone else from the students will become host. If I'm right.
Okay.
So maybe they have to they have to assign me as again host status. Usually, who are the first login, right? So they'll be turning out
Yeah.
as yeah.
Okay.
Or you can
But I'm
intermediate.
not able to log out also.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just like stuck, not moving.
Probably yes, sir. Yeah. Should be some Zoom, say bug in your laptop or something like that. If I'm right.
Probably.
Yes. Okay. Okay. You are not able to end the meeting, it seems.
No, nothing. I mean, none of the
Okay.
options I'm able to just actually
Even leave is also
execute.
not working. Okay, leave is also not working. Okay.
Not working. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to continue with this? Maybe you can, if you can share the screen.
1 minute, sir. No, sir.
No,
I'm not
you're
able
not.
to host. I'm not able to. Yeah.
Okay,
And even
yes.
I'm not able to write. Catch your video. Your video is not
And
coming.
man, I have just intentionally stopped it.
Okay. Great. Okay. Good. Then
Video, I just stopped it.
right.
I mean, earlier.
Right. Okay.
I think let's do one thing.
Sir.
Only way what I'm looking at is because none of this is working. None of the options is working.
Okay.
So I will restart my system.
How about reboot it? Yeah, that is better. Reboot it and let us see. I
Let
will
us see.
also.
Yeah. Maybe one of the students, if they continue to be host, maybe they can
Yes.
give you that option.
Sure, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
looks like that is the only thing.
Right, sir. Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll
Okay.
restart the system.
Yeah, you reboot it, sir. I think I can stay online.
You can continue also. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you can just continue. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Right. So yeah, good.
Fine.
Yeah. Everybody else is good at Hyderabad. Your team people.
Yeah. Everyone is fine.
Okay. Yeah, Jangameshwar, sir, right? You Sangameshwar, sir, right? You should have a team member by title like that, right? One who visited Vijayawada earlier. Yeah, even your audio got disconnected. Are you going to reboot, sir? Yeah, Yash Verma. Am I audible, Ash Verma?
Yes, sir.
Don't mind, please turn my status into host. You know how to do that, right? In the participants, go to participants, right? There, your name will be highlighted with the host, right, the status, and you tap my name, and then you try to turn me as host. Is that clear?
Done, sir.
Yeah, fantastic, right? Thank you a lot, right? Okay. Yeah, very good evening, all of you. Good to have all back again, right? So I hope you had a fantastic interaction with reference to part A. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, fantastic. So,
Yes, sir.
well, right. Very good evening, Prabhu. Thank you. Right. So, Wes, how was your performance in the afternoon exam? You have done good.
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. Okay, right. So, well, right. So I'll take the privilege again to welcome you all on behalf of, say, Vijayawada branch of SAFC of right, ICAI. And my name is Lingesh Prasad, as you are aware about that. So today we are going to discuss, say, our BCK solved illustration. Okay, right. Fine. So shall we start over right now, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So good. 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, friends, right. Here comes our solution part, right. Hope, yes, is it visible clearly now?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
clearly
Alright.
visible.
sir.
Great. Okay, fine, right. So, well, let's move on to this solved illustration. So, which of the following occupations requires rendering of services based upon specialized knowledge and membership of an accreditation and assessment body? We have alternatives as employment, profession, business, and agriculture. And the right option is profession. Okay. So remember, there is a keyword for profession. Can anyone submit me the keyword for profession? You have something called as a prescribed qualification. Do you remember that word, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So remember, memorize that word called as prescribed qualification. So when you talk about prescribed qualification, it definitely connects to profession only. Okay. And well, for business, can anyone update what sort of educational qualification is mandatory for
No
business?
no
So
education qualification.
no formal education qualification is required for dash. That's business. So even like this also, right? Yes, well, you can expect the queries to be raised. Great. Okay. Well, so let me move on for say question number 1. Yes, please. The alternative is profession. That's balloon. Then balloon. Okay. Right. So second question. Threat is an inherent capacity. Wrong, because inherent capacity refers to strength, and a strategic disadvantage and unfavorable condition, that is the right definition part, right? So one line definitions, if you try to recall, an inherent strength refers to an inherent positive trait. Inherent positive trait refers to strength. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Very good evening. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So an inherent positive trait is called as strength, and absence of strength is what we call as weakness. I hope you got this right. And a favorable condition is called as anyone? Favorable condition is called as? Opportunity. Wonderful, right? Okay, so opportunity, right? Fine. So when you try to say integrate, say these definitions, definitely an overview of about all SWOT, well, definitely will be completed. Okay. So for question 2, yes, please mark. Okay. So Candy, done.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. All right. So when did Microsoft say begin its business in India, right? So we have 1990, 91, 95, and 89. Yes, sir. So for this question, it is Apple. That's 1990. Okay, great. Okay. So for question 3, please, it is Apple. Next. Which of the following policy is used to curtail all benefits related to some particular issue? I hope you are very well aware. Curtail here refers to what? Reduce. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
well, for this, well, we have restrictive, regulatory, facilitating, and delegative. Yes, delegation. Sorry. Yes. So for this question, yes, please.
Restrictive.
It's Apple again. Restrictive, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for fourth question, it is Apple, please. Mark it. Fifth question, which of the following is not a function of RBI? Okay. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, custodian of foreign exchange reserves, and controller of credit. Yes.
Fiscal
So
policy.
remember fiscal policy, right? So fiscal policy refers to balloon. Okay. Right. So fifth question, it is fiscal policy, that is balloon. Okay. Right. So a very large loan extended by group of small banks to a single corporate borrower is called as, well, it is called as a syndicated loan.
Syndicated.
That refers to, so for sixth, it is Delhi, please. Mark it, Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Which of the following is not a feature of limited liability partnership? So, well, mind you, right here, the combination of merits as well as say like features also got integrated. So based on that, a legal entity separates from its partners. There is no limit on maximum number of partners. Every partner of LLP is agent of the firm only. A registrar of the firm of the respective state is the administrating authority. This is not a feature. So it comes as what? Delhi. So for seventh question, right, say Delhi is the option. Have you marked it, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eighth, please. Which of the following is not part of an economic environment? Market and trade cycles, consumer buying patterns, strength of consumer spending, interest and as well as exchange rates. So, well, for this question, right, consumer buying patterns, it doesn't comes under economic environment. Got it? Okay. So, well, right. So for eighth question, it is balloon, please. Marked it?
Yes, sir.
Indian LPG is the product of which corporation of India? So that refers to Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So it is IOCL. Okay.
IOCL.
So, and when you talk about HP gas, it is identified as coal gas. HP gas title is coal gas, and for Indian gas, for IOCL it is Indian gas.
Indian LPG.
Right? Okay. Indian, INDAN, Indian. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, I hope you are very well aware about LPG, stands for liquefied petroleum gas. Liberalization,
Petroleum gas.
liberalization, privatization, globalization.
Globalization.
Even that way also you are expected to remember it. Okay. Well, so 10th, please. So finally for 9th, it is Apple. 10th. In which of the following sectors FDI is prohibited at both routes? Now you are aware we have say like two routes. One is automatic route and as well it is called green channel. The other is what we call as government route. So but FDI is prohibited to enter into our country with reference to Nidhi company. Am I right? So for 10th, it comes under what? Nidhi company, that is Apple. Well, it is nothing but a corporate, an association which is formed to collect deposits from the public and then support themselves financially, which is not valid with reference to a foreign player. Okay. So for 10th, it is what? Apple. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So which of the following is not the role of Competition Commission of India? Good question, right? So to promote practices having adverse effect on competition, to promote, did you notice that CCA will never promote practices, such practices. CCA will demote such practices. You got it? You got it?
Yes, sir.
Adverse effect on competition means unfair practices. Unfair practices CCA will never promote. Okay, right? So is not the role of competition commission. Okay, so to promote and sustain competition in the market, to protect the interest of consumers, and to ensure freedom of trade carried on by other participants in markets in India. Now, just update me, which is not the role. Apple itself is the answer. To promote practices
Yes, sir.
is not right. To discourage such practices. Okay. See, CCA exists in monopoly or oligopoly? CCA exists in monopoly or oligopoly? How come you are going to take this long? Oligopoly. Okay. So in oligopoly, you know, chances are there for sometimes for the competitors, right, may go for unhealthy competition. So during then, CCA will come into the picture. Got it? So for 11th, it is Apple, please. Done? Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
Well, for 12th, please. The lowest price at which an owner is willing to sell his securities is called as dash. Yes.
Ask.
So it's a balloon, correct? Okay. So ask. Okay. Right. Ask is the opposite of ask is offer.
Bid.
Bid or offer? Bid. Okay, good. So which of the following is the concern related to? Okay, for 12th it is balloon market. Which of the
Yes, sir.
following is the concern related to business and commercial knowledge? Sustainability, sociology, traditional society at large. Which of the following is the concern related to business and commercial knowledge? There is an important concern with reference to business and commercial knowledge. So that's Apple again. No, Apple, sustainability. Sustainability refers to longevity of the company or concern in the market. Okay, with values. Longevity with values. Am I clear about that? Okay, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you are not expected to compromise in values. So longevity with reference to values. Good. Okay. Now, which of the following tool is used for proactive and structured thinking in the process of decision making? Remember, right, a very elaborative tool is required here. And as it is clearly mentioned, proactive. So it refers to only PESTLE. Okay. PESTLE is definitely to be used, right, with reference to macro environment. Okay. So, and for macro environment only, decision making is more crucial actually. You cannot take a very crucial decision by scanning your internal environment. Okay. So SWOT, in that S and W refers to internal environment, O and T refers to external environment. But when you talk about PESTLE, it is more elaborative and it like exhibits a structured thinking, right, process. Okay. So for 14, it is Delhi, please. Marked it.
Yes,
Done.
sir.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Yes. So which bank provides a digital service by title Pays app? HDFC Bank. So for 15, it is Balloon. Done.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
16th. Reforms in Dowry Act and Divorce Act are the examples of economic reforms, cultural reforms, and say commercial reforms, socio-cultural reforms, right? So that's the alternative for us. So for 16th, well, right, we may have to go for Delhi, please, right? So 16th Delhi. Marked it.
Yes, sir.
So when you talk about 1
Yes.
basis point is equals to 0.01, right,
Yes, sir.
percent, that comes to a reduction in 35 basis point implies 35 multiplied with 0.01. So that comes to, well,
35%.
0.35 percentage, right? So that is balloon.
Yes, sir.
Balloon, please. Yes, let's move on to 1.8. A series of payments of an equal amount at a fixed intervals for a specified number of periods is called as, yes, please.
Annuity.
It's called as annuity, please. So it comes to right? For 18, it is Candy. Okay. Okay. 18,
Yes, sir.
it is Candy. A partnership definitely cannot be
Yes,
formed
sir.
to carry on social enterprise.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is
Option D.
void. It is void. You cannot frame a partnership for non-economic activity. Is that clear? So when you talk about a social enterprise, it refers to non-economic activity.
Yes, sir.
Partnership is supposed to be referred only to economic activity. Good. Okay. So for 19, it is a social enterprise, please. Done. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is Delhi. Okay.
Yes.
2-0. A relationship between organization and environment can be described through, yes, sir, exchange of information. Yes, it is required. Exchange of resources. This is also required. Exchange of influence and power. Even this is also required. So for 2-0, the alternative is
Delhi.
Delhi again. Yes, Delhi again.
Yes, sir. All of the above.
All the above. Yes, you are right. Jayesh Merchant is the CFO of Asian Paints, actually, right? So
Yes, sir. Asian
for
Paints.
2-1, it is Apple. Yes.
Apple.
Okay. Yes. Selling a portion of ownership in a public enterprise to private parties is called as, yes, wait, do you remember? It refers to divestment. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
It refers
sir.
to divestment. So
Yes, sir.
that means for 2-2, it is, say, like, it is Delhi. Okay. I'm sorry. For 2-2, correct? Is it a divestment or disinvestment? Divestment or disinvestment, please? Anyone? It is a disinvestment. Selling a portion of ownership in a public enterprise to private parties is called as a disinvestment. See, usually these two terms may be used synonymously, but there is a very thin line gap between these two words. Okay. See, whenever the management would like to release some portion of its right existing organization, a division or a product, release by offering it to an investor, and with that money, if the management is interested to improve another organization or another division, okay, that comes as a disinvestment. Well, whenever the management would like to get rid of an activity, get rid of means like the management is no more interested to continue that, then usually divestment is applicable. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So, for example, like, if you notice in Flipkart, okay, so 77% of shares, so acquired by Walmart. So this comes under what? Disinvestment only. Okay, right? And also one more clarification. Divestment or disinvestment can be practiced, okay, either by a private enterprise or a public enterprise. But generally, public enterprises will perform this. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, like whenever a public sector undertaking, right, opines that, fine, okay, since we are not able to reach to the mark and we are interested to develop our organization, so let us get a portion of our organization or a product or a division liquidate, and then capital will be released. With that released capital, let us improve upon. Is the message clear to you? Yes,
Yes,
am I
sir.
clear? Okay, so this is how, right, see, for 22, it is Delhi, please, right, mark it, okay, right. Which of the following acts as an indicator of bank's liquidity and solvency position? 23, yes, please. So,
SLR.
so statutory liquidity ratio, that is, say it is Apple, okay, done.
Yes, sir.
2-4, please. A combination of several companies working together for a particular purpose is called as a dash of the following. Competitive advantage. Now, what is competitive advantage? Any one-line explanation for that?
So to hold more market shares.
So remember, right, an inherent positive trait is called as? An inherent positive trait of an entity is called as? What do you call an inherent positive characteristic? Trait means characteristic.
Advantage.
Come on. It's a reserved definition. Just now I have explained. An inherent positive characteristic of an entity is called as a strength. No?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me, right, say your strength cannot be mimicked by your competitor, true or false? In general. Will you agree if I say that your strength cannot be mimicked by your competitor, true or false? Think
Yes, sir.
and then answer. Think and answer. Think and then answer. Company A
Maybe, sir.
provided.
Maybe, sir.
It may be. Oh. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else with another alternative of answer, please? Entity A's strength cannot be mimicked by entity B. Okay. Well, will you agree with this or not? That's my question. I expect an answer from you. Silence is not an answer. At least attempt. Are you with me or not?
Sir, that is competitive advantage.
Which is competitive advantage?
When the strength of firm A cannot be mimicked by strength of firm B, it is known as competitive.
But my question is not that. Answer my question. You said strength can be mimicked by competitor, then you said true. Will you agree with that answer now, or you have any change of answer? Yes.
It can be.
Every strength can be mimicked by competitor, true or false?
No, sir.
So what is making you say like, yes, so much confused? It's a very straight question, right? All strengths cannot be, all strengths are like capable, right, of being mimicked by your competitors. Okay. So, right. But if you keep on, allowing your competitors to mimic your strengths, then definitely you are not going to hold any special position in the market. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So, will you agree if I tell you, you expect some sort of uniqueness within your entity, right? Uniqueness means usually a strength which cannot be mimicked easily by your competitor. So, will it be advantageous to you or not?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So, when you try to maintain a strength which is not so easy for your competitor to mimic, then that is going to generate you competitive advantage. Is the picture clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
So you can quote examples as intellectual properties, copyrights, okay, fine, patents,
Yes,
right? So, and then not only this, some company may be very aggressive at pricing. That is its competitive advantage. Some company may be very particular about unique features. That is its competitive advantage. Some company may not be definitely say competitive at the price, but unique at features. That generates competitive advantage, right? So you got my message clearly or not? Yes. Have you
Yes,
got
sir.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Clear, sir.
So, for example, what is the competitive advantage of Apple? Apple digital products. Do have any competitive advantage or not?
It's security, sir.
Security, wonderful. And see, primarily it is not security. It is full-fledged. It is nothing but what say. Yeah, iOS model high speed. Okay, fine, good. Okay, I got it. Somebody is texting about iOS and all. Apple product is 100% patented. Okay, so you got it?
Yes, sir.
What's AFSA means no. Okay, yeah, okay. Apple, right, is absolutely having its own R&D, and Apple is now capable to, right, say make its own microprocessor. See, its own microprocessor, its own, well, what we call as OS, its own, what we call as, say, right, what else? its own patented, say like technology. Ultimately, you just cannot mimic. That is the reason why you cannot compare, right, any other smartphone with Apple. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So earlier, this position used to be enjoyed by, before Apple, prior to Apple, this position used to be enjoyed by
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. Wonderful, right? So, well, as you can see, Apple later on was able to mimic BlackBerry by means of security or own OS or own architecture and etc. and all. But unfortunately, BlackBerry isn't doing well these days, right? These years, and this is very clear, say like indicator that BlackBerry, right, became what, a strategic failure. That's it. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So competitive advantage, right? Have you got the clarity now? Yes, all of you. So that is,
Yes, sir.
that cannot be our alternative. Okay, cross selling is also not our alternative. Then what is next is our alternative called as consortium. Consortium is the alternative here, right? Okay, so combination of several companies working together for a particular purpose is called as a consortium. So why do they form consortium? To gain an advantage, to have what, say like a voice. Okay, so that they can discuss upon, say, a problem which is absolutely common to all of them. Okay, right. So for example, like automobile industry started experiencing a difficulty with reference to a policy of, say, union government. Then, automobile industries together they'll form what, a consortium, and they'll absolutely, right, say, forward the request to, right, union people. Well, means union government people, where you can expect a positive reaction. Is the message clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, good. Sorry, this was once happened. Central government raised excess duty, right? Well, all of a sudden, with reference to automobile, say like products, and that resulted in a crunch in the market of automobiles, right? Then they all put together, right? They formed a consortium and they pleaded it as a GOI with reference to that. Immediately, right? The government reacted positively. Okay, so consortium will generate a bargaining power. Okay, with reference to a common problem. This word is important. A common problem. That means a particular purpose. Is that clear? Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
which of the following statement is correct with respect to HUF? Yes. HUF earns income from salary. See, which of the following is correct? That is what actually to be highlighted. Okay. HUF earns income from salary. 4 successive generations of an undivided, okay, something is missing there, right? Okay. HUF enjoys a separate entity status and all of the above. If you notice,
Option C.
HUF
Candy.
enjoys a separate entity status according to Income Tax Act 1961. Undoubtedly is correct. Undoubtedly is correct. HUF earns income from salary. No, definitely not. And it is not 4 successive generations of a common ancestor, but it is 3 successive generations. Forms what? HUF. Is that clear? So for 2-5 it is candy. For 2-5 it is candy. Done?
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Yeah. Well, after going through the following 3 statements, we are expected to, right, say, answer them, right? Environment is constantly changing in nature. Now, let me know your opinion. Is it yes or no? Environment is constantly changing in nature means true or false? Tell me, true or false?
Yes, sir. True, sir.
True,
Right.
sir.
Means environment is always highly dynamic. Got it?
Changing.
Okay. Right. Next.
Yes, sir.
Various environmental constituents, right, exist in isolation and do not interact with each other. This is absurd. You got it? You got it?
Yes.
Understood. Understood. Okay. No, tell me. A business exists in isolation, true or false?
No, sir.
A business exists in isolation, true or false? Why
No, sir.
so
False.
much of thought process? False. How can you exist in isolation? Isolation means you are not bothered about anything else at all. Well, you just open your store, sit inside, right? Don't smile at anybody. Do not have any connectivity with the suppliers. No connectivity with the manufacturers. No connectivity with the intermediaries, market intermediaries. You just sit in your store or your outlet, and then things will happen smooth. True or false? What? Agree?
False, sir.
No supply chain management, no customer relationship management. Okay, right. No,
Yes, sir.
like logistics management, nothing at all. No analysis of the customer psychology, right? How it is possible? A business can never exist in isolation. Now, I have explained
Yes,
this
sir.
also with your theory part. Okay, so that means various environmental constituents exist in isolation means no, no, wrong. A bank and then a logistics operator, interconnected or not? Bank and then a
Yes, sir. Yes,
logistics
sir. Yes, sir.
operator, interconnected.
Interconnected, sir.
Logistics and then the customer, interconnected or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, customer and the manufacturer, interconnected or not? How come? Customer and manufacturer? No. What happened to you people these, right, say this instance? Customer and manufacturer are not interconnected or what? Manufacturer manufactures
Yes, sir.
whatever.
Interconnected, sir.
Yeah, what is it? Yes.
Interconnect.
And manufacturer and government is not interconnected. True or false?
True, sir.
Manufacturer and government not interconnected. True or false?
Sir, false, sir. False, sir.
Then in that case, are all these constituents refers to your micro and macro environment or not?
Yes, sir. It also includes macro.
So then that means micro factors and macro factors are not interconnected. That is the meaning of this sentence. Will you agree to that?
No, sir.
So that means
I will
number
not
2 is
agree.
false. Number 2 is false. Agreed? Yes.
Yes, sir. Number 2 is false.
Next, the number 1 is acceptable. Number 2, no. Number 3, the environment has a far-reaching impact on organizations. Will you accept?
Yes, sir.
So there is a fantastic line saying that all the time environment will influence the business. Okay. And rarely the business may also influence the environment. You remember I even quoted an example while explaining about this. Got it? Most of the times the environment will influence the business. Rarely business may also influence the environment. Agreed?
Yes,
Or no? So finally,
Yes, sir.
1 is accepted and the 3rd is also accepted. That means our alternative is candy. Candy. Okay. Good. Okay. Can you recall the example which we have discussed? Sometimes the business may also influence the environment. I
Yes,
gave
sir.
an example. Yes, please help me with an example. Sometimes promotion. Okay, good, right. Now, what happened with Geo? See?
Yes, sir. When Geo
Okay.
came into force,
Yes, yes,
Aircel.
yes. You got influenced, correct or not? Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So, right. So that is how, right. Sometimes the business may also influence the environment. You are a part of an environment, correct? Customer is a part of environment.
Yes.
So you got influence.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Methods are different. Okay. By way of what we call as free activated SIM, and then say for 3 months it is free or something like that. Those are all different cases. But however, we really had a thought of throwing away our 3G handsets and we like a plan to go for 4G VoLTE handsets, right? Because of that particular promotion. Okay. So this is how, right? Yes, sometimes business may also influence the environment. Okay. Well, 2.6 is done. Finally, for 2.6 it is candy. Everybody up? Yes.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. Okay, good, right. So Nestle is a beverage partner with Coca-Cola India. So it's a gunshot
Yes,
answer.
sir.
So it's a 2.7. It is
Yes.
Apple. Apple, please. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So 2.8, please. FIPB stands for, yes, Foreign Institutional
Foreign
Promotional
Institutional
Board.
Promotion Board.
Foreign.
Foreign?
Yes, sir. Option A, Apple.
D, sir.
No. Foreign Investment Promotion Board.
Option D. Option
So
D.
it is Delhi. FIPB stands for Foreign Investment Promotion Board. Okay.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not institutional. So for
Yes,
2.8,
sir.
for 2.8 it is Delhi. Done, all of you?
Yes,
Done?
sir. Done, sir.
For 2.8 it is Delhi. Okay. Good. Fine. Good.
Yes, sir.
2.9, please. Which one of the following is an Indian regulatory body that facilitates business organizations? Indian regulatory body that facilitates business organizations. IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. IRDA. I is missing there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, fine, right. So then it is 29, it is Delhi. Sorry, Candy. 29 Candy, please. Mark it.
Yes, sir. Mark, sir.
A stock that provides constant dividends and stable earnings, even in the period of economic slowdown, is called as, yes, it's
Defensive
called as
stock.
defensive stock. Defensive stock. Got it? Okay, right.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And say
Yes.
3, that is 30, it is balloon. Understood?
Yes, sir. Balloon.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
3-1, please. Right. Which of the following statements characterizes the best non-economic activities? So non-economic activities do not require any investment of resources. These activities do not entail any operational costs. Okay, right. Seshi Kumar is texting, am I audible to all? Right. What is
No.
this? Who is this Seshi Kumar? How come he'll be audible to us? Seshi Kumar means Seshi Shah? I don't think so. Seshi Shah already left, right? So you have another Seshi Kumar or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. How come you people are so much engaged with each other, right? Huh. Liberalization is not supposed to be exploited, my dear friends. Keep that in mind, okay? So I trust you people, and then say I respect your say profession also, right? So when an option is provided to you, you are expected to maintain it, okay? This is not any kind of WhatsApp chat group, okay? Great, okay, fine, right, fine. Which of the following statements characterizes the best non-economic activities? Non-economic
Option D,
activities,
Delhi, sir.
the underlying purpose of these activities is not earning of livelihood, but social, psychological, or spiritual satisfaction, right?
Satisfaction.
That's fantastic. So for 3-1, it is Delhi. Everybody agree?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. Okay. Yes. Internal environment includes, yes, customer, economic,
Option D, sir.
demographic, mission, and objectives, right?
Delhi.
So remember, mission, objectives, and the management traits and all always refers to internal environment.
Environment.
The clue is, you can remember 5 M's. You remember 5 M's? Like, you have machines, materials, okay, right? Say methods, men, and then money. Okay. So ultimately, internal environment, it refers to what? Mission and objectives. Okay. Right. So for
Yes,
3 to Delhi, 3 to Delhi, please. Yes, done.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Done, sir.
Right. The mission of which transnational company is, good food, bad life. So sorry to say that. Okay, right. Okay. So because it got proved. Okay, right. So our bad food, bad life. Okay, right. It truly made our life bad. Actually, sorry to say this. Right, with reference to
Yes,
a
sir.
product
Nestle.
called a product
Maggi.
called Maggi noodles.
Maggi.
Yes. Nestle. Fine. So this, it's a global conglomerate. Okay, fine, right. It's a conglomerate. Well, which country it is from? Nestle? Any idea? Company profiles you are expected to remember, right? It's from Switzerland. Okay, right. So,
Yes.
well, so then fine, good, right. European conglomerate. Fine, good. So, are you aware about any other products of this group, Nestle? Apart from Maggi.
Some Milky Bar.
Milky Bar. Oh,
Chocolate.
wow. Okay. Okay. Nescafe. Okay. And then you have
The milk powder.
milk powder, right? So, okay. Fine. Seshi Kumar is trying to answer the question, it seems, but his
But he's not really audible, sir.
his microphone isn't working, it seems. Okay, good. I'm sorry for that, Seshi Kumar, right? They have a problem in audio system. No, it is not they. You have a problem in your audio system. Okay, correct your sentence, right? Okay, good. Well, right. So yes, Nestle, done? Okay.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right. Okay, fine. So then, simplification of trade restrictions to import is an example of simplification of trade restrictions, right?
Globalization.
Globalization or
Globalization.
privatization, disinvestment, aggregation, it's globalization. Okay, right?
Globalization, sir.
Right.
Agreed.
So that opens what? That opens, global economy where, like a country can support another country by all means. Okay. That's what we call as
Yes,
free trade. You got it? Okay, good.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes.
Free to trade.
RBA has been vested with extensive power to control and supervise commercial banking system under Dash. RBA Act
Both
1934, the Banking Regulation Act 1949, both A and B is the answer.
1949.
So for
Yes,
3-5 it is Candide.
And
Okay,
Candide.
yes, good. Great, okay. Well, 3-6 please. An amount of revenue from sale which exactly equals the amount of expenditure is called as a break-even point. So quite popular as a BEP. It's popular as BEP, and it is a point where your
No profit, no loss.
expenditure, no profit and no loss. So that means your
No
cash outflow is equals to your cash inflow. Can I say like that?
yes,
Yes, sir.
No, can I say like that? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
right, okay. So fine. Who is the present chairman of Bajaj Auto Limited?
Sir, Rahul Bajaj.
Rahul Bajaj. Okay, fine. So where is this plant is set up right now at present? Bajaj Auto plant. Where? Which place? Akurdi, Pune. It's in Pune, actually. Pune. It can be spelled so. Akurdi, Akurdi, and then it is Pune. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So will Bajaj Auto also an exporter? Sorry. Yes, you are aware about that? Also an
No,
exporter,
sir.
okay. Prabhu says yes, okay. Yes, Prabhu, I agree with you. And well, can you quote three-wheelers it will export, Prabhu? Okay, initially, right. You heard about a sports model by Bajaj Auto called Pulsar, okay. So Pulsar,
Yes, sir.
it is right now, it's getting exported to approx 75 countries actually. Okay, so most
Yes,
successful sports
Model.
vehicle bike. Okay, well, next.
Yes, sir. That model
Okay.
introduced before 18 years, I think so, sir.
Exactly. Yes. And that particular model, especially, right,
Yes, sir.
raised its
Very
market
successful.
share also. Okay, after Hero Motors. Okay, fine. Right.
Yes, sir.
So, who was the regulatory body for controlling financial affairs in India before SCBI? Before SCBI.
Controller of capital
Controller
issues.
of capital issues, right? That's Apple, please. 38 Apple, please. Market. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now comes a bull market, where stock prices are decreasing consistently. No, wrong. Decreasing means that we become bear market. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Stock price are increasing consistently, right? That is right. So that means for 39 it is balloon. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's good,
Yes.
right? Okay, good, fine. So I hope we left with one, right? So that's it. SCBA, RBA, and IRDA are regulatory bodies, cluster bodies, goal sector, none of the above. It's definitely regulatory bodies, right?
Regulatory bodies.
Yes, sir.
That comes Apple. That comes to Apple. Well,
Yes, sir.
wonderful, right? So I hope I don't think so. You require the key further, right? You have already answered everything. Okay. Anyways,
Yes,
this
sir.
is the key for that. Okay, you can take a snap of it, right? Okay. Prabhu is asking something about 4 successive generations of HU. There is no rule that 4 successive generations cannot say what we call as exist. See, the theory speaks about 3 successive generations.
Yes, sir.
You just go through the theory once, Prabhu. 3 means 3 or above. 3 or above. Okay, right? So, well, we should catch hold of that particular specific terminology as got specified in HUF Act. Okay, if I'm right about that. Okay, so you got it now. Your concern is addressed, clarified, Prabhu. Okay, fine, good. Okay. So that's wonderful, right? A journey with you people, right? Uh, Thoroughly, yes. Okay, right. Well, I like I was able to take part with absolutely an enthusiasm. And I
Thank you
hope
so much.
actually there is some value addition to you all. Yes,
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 sir. Sure, sir.
to you all with our interaction, right? And yes, definitely, I extend my gratitude for the Vijayawada branch of SARC of ICI branch people, right? So Honorable Chairperson and then Sikasa Chairman and even the personnel for this wonderful right platform. First of all, right?
Yes, sir.
So how about your say like concern actually, right? Are you finally like benefited from all means? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are you benefited by all means? That's fantastic, right? So you have taken quite seriously. I appreciate that, right?
Definitely, sir.
So definitely yes, and in this prosperous, right, say journey, I expect that well, great fortune with you be right. Well, you should be blessed with all what we call as say like well, success rate. Okay, and do
Yes, sir.
not
Thank you,
believe
sir.
in do not believe in luck, right? So I think yes, you may not agree with this, but please do not believe in luck. You just believe in hard work. That's very much important, right? So hard work with what say genuine intention, okay, and say by all the three major elements, right? Say mind, body and soul, right? You just keep them in a straight line, definitely you'll be able to achieve, right? Say everything and anything. Is that clear? Yes.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So right, that's I appreciate again all of you for your presence and patience, right?
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you very much, sir.
well, right. So wonderful, right? Sashi, do not panic, do not worry. You can just I will access my like number. Okay, fine. I hope you're all having my number, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so you can access, right, or you can also mail me. I appreciate if you try to share any of your suggestions or opinions, right? Say with a free mind, okay, with absolutely a free mind, right? So please do write, to me, right? Because I would like to say welcome any kind of suggestions or like any modifications in my approach also, right? If it is required. So I hope actually, right? Well, yeah, you are quite comfortable, right? Definitely, yes.
Yes,
But
sir.
still, I would like to know some sort of say opinions collection from your end. Okay, so do say stay in touch and then get yourself updated every now and then, right? Take your target very serious and then well, be a qualified chartered accountant very soon, right? So okay, so get your qualification as early as possible, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, well, good, fine. So,
Thank you very much, sir.
thank you a lot, everybody. So, take care and take precautions. Do mind, like the pandemic conditions, right? So, please be absolutely safe and stay healthy. Okay. Bless you all.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Take care, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you,
Have
sir.
a good
Good
night.
night, sir.
Okay, fine. Right. All right. Okay, fine. Bye. Fine. So, good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm signing off now. Okay, all of you. Right.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
Bye, sir.